Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, wherever this video might find you. Today's video is a little more sombering than some of my other videos, and it's because, I really try to shoot videos that are real and relevant to whatever's going on in my life and also what I feel like will be encouraging to you all. And, I try to live my life like an open book. There's not a lot of secrets or skeletons in my closet or anything like that. But today, I just have to be honest and say that, we're going through something in our family, and every family goes through stuff, and, mine is no different. I've been very transparent with other issues and things that I face in my life. But one of the most encouraging scriptures that has really been an anchor scripture for me is in Psalm 34, where it talks about no shadow of shame will darken their faces, that those who trust in the Lord, that God would make them radiant with joy. And that's one of the things that, I don't know, I really felt like I needed to shoot a video and kind of just encourage myself and encourage you all that, sometimes God allows bad things to happen to quote good people, right? I mean, we know we're none of us are good people. I mean, we all have issues and stuff like that. But for the most part, we try to live our lives in a way that's pleasing to God. We try to raise our kids to be respectful and grow up to be good contributors to society. But there are times that things happen, and there are times that people say all manner of evil against you, and the only thing that you can do in those moments is just trust God to be your vindicator. I was talking with my little boys today, 7 and 9. We were driving on the way to school, and I told him, I said, guys, when you think about Joseph in the Bible and all the things that he went through, he was sold by his brothers into slavery. He was accused of rape. He was thrown into prison. He went through all of these things. But if he didn't go through all of those things, he never would have been in the prison. He never would have met the butler to interpret the dream, and interpreting the dream that led him to Pharaoh, which ended up leading him to being the second in command of the most powerful nation at that time, which was Egypt. If he wouldn't have gone through those things, none of those things would have happened. And so my philosophy on life, is anytime I go through anything, I always, always, always try to see good. And I always try to see how is this going to help somebody else? Because it's never about me. It's never about you, what we're going through. It's never about us. It's always a bigger purpose. There's always a bigger picture in mind. And when we lose sight of that, we start feeling sorry for ourselves. We start becoming the victim. We start blaming everybody else for our problems. That's when we can actually self-destruct and fall apart. But if you understand that there's nothing that you're going through that God has not personally seen and approved of, I know that that's hard because there's sometimes that we go through stuff that sucks. I mean, it just really sucks. And you're like, God, really? Like, you really think that I'm strong enough to go through this? You really allowed this to happen to me. It's not fair. It's not right. We lash out. I get it. I've been there. I am there. But at the same time, I understand that there's nothing that I'm going to go through that God is not going to allow good to come out of it. I am fully convinced of that. And so, I always say if God will bring you through it, he'll bring you through it. And not only will he bring you through it, but he'll bring you through it with a testimony. And that's really what my life is all about. It's living my life as a testimony so that when somebody else says, oh my God, how in the world can I get through this? I can say, I've been there, or I've been in a similar situation, and I know that God is faithful and he's going to bring you through. So whatever you all are going through today, maybe it's like the worst thing that you could possibly think of, or maybe you're just having a bad day. Maybe you're going through a breakup of a relationship, or your children are acting a fool. Whatever it might be, you need to understand that if God brings you to it, he'll bring you through it, and that there is good that's going to come out of it. Again, if Joseph wasn't in that jail, he never would have had the influence that God blessed him to have. And I know one thing is that this platform that I stand so highly on, this so wonderfully blessed to be able to talk to you guys about marriage and family. I will continue to fight for marriages and family until the day that I die because it's important. I believe that marriages and family are the foundation of society. And there's so many things that are happening in our society because of the breakdown of marriages and family. And so I stand on this platform today. But because I do that, I do put myself out there. I do put myself out there in videos and in blog posts and on my website and all of those things. I am not naive, and I understand that there's an enemy that will come after me and my marriage and my family. And so because I know that, I'm armed. I am a believer. If you don't know that, if you haven't watched any of my videos, you know I quote scripture a lot, but it's not just in the quoting of the scripture, it's really in the living of the scripture and knowing that Romans 8:28 says that all things will work together for good for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So if you're in that camp of people who love God and are called according to his purpose, then you have nothing to fear. God is going to work everything out for your good. So be encouraged today. I'm encouraged today. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.